Now I'm sure there comes a point when you become jealous of the homes I get to present, and today I'm going to show you another stunner. Built in 1897 by a tea baron, stands one of the best homes on arguably one of the best roads in Norfolk, the magnificent Campbell Cottage. The current owners use this as a second home, and prior to putting it onto the market, they removed it of the majority of the furniture. So you have the rare opportunity today of seeing the property in arguably what is its rawest form. Now, as we are greeted with a wealth of empty rooms, it's quite nice that you can just let your imagination run wild, unhindered by anyone's choice of furnishing. Now, if you head over to Rightmove or some of the associated platforms, you will find our current live listing. This property has been staged with AI, so we can give you a scope for the depth and the way that you can lay the property out in terms of furniture, but you get to see it today as raw as it can be. Now this is one of the primary reception rooms of the property. You see it just oozes that grandeur. Lovely big bay window, tall ceilings, authentic picture rails, cornicing, and that wonderful herringbone floor as well. And now onto one of those rooms that doesn't need furniture to give it all of its pizzazz. We are in the kitchen. Now it is a very special kitchen. It is hand built with rolled edge granite countertops. Now one of the previous owners of this property was on the board of directors for Norwich City Football Club, and it is rumoured this kitchen has been designed by Delia Smith herself. What a conversation point for any social occasion. You've got the beautiful surround for the range cooker, a wealth of appliances, all hidden from view for your convenience, and a very well proportioned kitchen in terms of size and practicality and working space. Now this kitchen is absolutely beautiful, as I'm sure you will agree, but if it's not perhaps even big enough for what you're hoping to have in such a unique, one-of-a-kind home, just beyond that we have a solution. Just past the kitchen is what's currently set up as a dining room area. Now, in its previous life, the owners at the time had need for an elderly parent to live here. So this room was created in what used to be the pantry, became an ensuite facility. So you've got the options of a ground floor bedroom, or if that's not your thing, you could even think of knocking this wall out and gaining quite a bit of extra space for that kitchen. Now you join me in one of the other reception rooms of the property, and this is one of my favourite rooms that you will see today. Now under renovation, they've exposed the ceiling, creating, exposing the rafters, the beams coming through, and it really has given it that extra element of depth. You have your very own log burner, which has a stove area on top of it, and I've been informed that the current owners over time have actually cooked their own hot chocolates on there. So a great room for entertaining. You have so much space, you're going to have to keep thinking what you're going to do with it all. Because it's not had that many owners, what's really nice that the current owners have done is, as you will see documented along the wall, the original plans from 1893, and the level of attention to detail is phenomenal. The original plans from all those years ago is completely and utterly how the property is presented today, other than a few adjustments inside. Now we are on the first floor of the property in what's used as the master bedroom, and the reason for that is convenience of facilities. So you're greeted by a beautiful fireplace. Not only do you have your own ensuite facility, but you also have what could be a dressing room, a walk-in wardrobe, whichever your imagination prefers. We are standing on over 6,000 square feet of accommodation. So as you can imagine, the other bedrooms are not particularly small. Now, off the landing space upstairs, you are greeted by 5 double bedrooms, 3 of which feature their own ensuite. And then also for convenience, you have a 5-piece family bathroom toward the front of the property. Now, as soon as we walk out the property, we are greeted by convenience. And just behind me, there is a triple bay garage with full electric doors throughout. You have an EV charging point if you have an electric car. And if that's not enough for you, up a short stairwell, you have a 34-foot reception room, which could be utilised as an office space, an annex. Again, limited only by our imagination. But for me, it's got to be the man cave, right? It is stunning, as you can see. Authentic Norfolk red bricks. And then up in the gables, you can see there, almost set out in a Tudor style. Now it was built in 1897, designed in 1893, making it the very last point of the Victorian era. So as you are then bordering onto the Edwardian era, you can see those kind of eras in property merging together here. It really is quite something special. Now, a home of such notoriety has naturally had some owners of particular notoriety as well. It was originally built in 1897. It was finished by a tea baron, and it was standing on very, very large grounds going down to the water, as Beach Road is one of the best, if not the best road in Norfolk. Further down its line, it's been owned by one of the board of directors for Norwich City Football Club. Ruth Naylor was an Australian opera singer, and she lived here throughout the 50s and the 60s. So that just further gives it that element of history that there's not many places can boast. Now, as with properties from this period, it literally has been through the wars. This is a World War II air raid shelter, which is still retained and usable in the property. So you've got an entrance way through here, then you've got an exit point via a ladder. And as a nod to the history, there are still some planes of that era looking over the property today. Just give me a minute, Dan. If you buy this property, you might want to get a golf buggy. It is absolutely miles to get down here. Like, the house is like a speck in the distance, and we've still got all this space to go. We're only now at our first part of the water, completely private to this property. In fact, come and have a look. Oh, right, finally we are at the bottom of the garden. As you can see, we are surrounded by the beautiful water of the River Bure. Now, you are only a stone's throw away from all the convenience Wroxham offers. You can have your very own boat, or even paddleboard if you're good at that sort of thing. Jump on that, head over, grab a McDonald's, and then head back. How cool is that? Now, you have to see this property to appreciate what is actually on offer. All of this wonderful quay heading has been attended to during the current owner's tenure, and naturally, as of course you're going to, you've got the options of owning your very own boat, which is already moored up waiting for you. Alas, we have reached the end of the tour, and even on a day like today, where it's been particularly miserable and pretty dull, to be honest, this is one of those properties where it's hard to get it wrong. And if you are interested in prime homes like these, give us a call today and allow us to help you with your move.